Okay, so we're by the Lucky 7 here. Now, this is part 2, I guess. Walk down. And we're in an old neighborhood now, as you can tell. You're seeing more abandoned buildings. You'll see a lot of them. The houses here are not in the best condition, but that's because it's the ghetto. And this is like the probably the poorest neighborhood I've seen here in Troy. If it's not, it's pretty close. Okay, I'm gonna switch hands because on one hand it's freezing. But yeah, I do like the neighborhood. People are friendly here, somewhat. Just the buildings are all down or abandoned, like that building right there is abandoned. Now all these buildings were made in the 1900s. So yeah. 19 and 1800s. So they're pretty old. Well, we're almost to my house now. We're like, God. I don't know if you can see that up there, but we're just about there. Alright, now see this football stadium, or well, not football, but I think it's a baseball stadium or something like that. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's a stadium. Alright, now once we get to here, we're just right by, you know, the house I just previously lived in. Alright. So you see this? Just right on the next street is my house. Troy isn't a bad city or bad place to live, but if you're poor, it's hard to get in. I'd rather be in a poor neighborhood, even if the houses are shit here, because the neighbors are not stuck up. When I was living down on 3rd Ave 2 years ago, our neighbors were assholes. I mean, the houses were okay, nothing wrong with the houses, but everybody there were like assholes. You know, always causing trouble. So, you know, and here's the opposite problem. People here are friendly and they're nice, and you know, neighbors don't bother you, but then the buildings are falling apart. The only reason why we had to leave the last place, well, besides the neighbors being dicks, but that's not why we left, was because the flood in the cellar that my dad never properly took care of. It was his building, and the place, the main support beam rotted, and our house became unstable because it's fixing to fall over. I don't know if it has already or not, but it will. Give it time. Unless the city knocks it down themselves, but I highly doubt that, considering they have buildings that's been abandoned for over 20 years here. Not lying about that. They do have buildings that have been abandoned for over 20 years, just still sitting there abandoned. The house next to my old house, you can tell where the bricks, where the bricks and everything are so weak, where you gently bump them and they fall out of place. And it's a brick house. So yeah, it's pretty bad. There's the church. And there's the body shop. There's another convenience store. Another abandoned building. Oh, I don't remember this place being shut down. And there we go.